Welcome, I'm Marcus White and my YouTube channel is Everyone is God.
I'm Rosie Morel and my YouTube channel is Rosie Morel.
A lot of people have been fearful for their health and their lives and their financial well-being in this time of Covid-19. We share these fears, and I myself in the past have had a health scare in which I was fearful for my health and my life. So I understand the stress that some people are going through at the moment. So we have made this video because we want to help to calm people and guide them with some of the facts and data that's out there at the moment, rather than with the fear of the unknown that can sometimes be presented by the media. I have a degree in physics from Oxford University, and I taught maths and statistics, and I studied exponential growth, which is the growth pattern of diseases if they're unchecked. So I'm going to bring that knowledge to look at some of the data that's out there at the moment. Then in the second half of this video, we wish to share a spiritual perspective on the COVID virus.
So I will be doing some channeling, which I will channel COVID-19, and so you will experience what that is like as well.
So what I want to do is look at some of the facts, and these are taken up to March the 24th, which is yesterday in our time here and now. All my information is taken from a website called Worldometers. It's a very helpful website that gives all the statistics on the spread of the virus through all countries. They take their data from various sources such as the UN, the World Health Organization, and many other agencies. So I encourage you to look on this website, and there is a link obviously for it below. So according to their figures, we've had 20,000 deaths worldwide from COVID-19 so far. To put this in some perspective, the World Health Organization says that every year we get somewhere between 250,000 and 500,000 deaths from the flu virus. So that's something we're seeing every year for decades. Now, China is running at about 3,000 deaths total. It went into lockdown on the 22nd of January, it started, and now they've successfully reduced the death rate to very near zero at the moment. And what I want to do is I want to start showing you some of these figures. Now, forgive us, we've done our best here to print them up, and we hope you can see this, but you can get all these figures on the website. So if they're not clear here, just pop onto Worldometers. Now, this is the daily death rate for China. And you can see that the graph starts here on January the 22nd. And you see a steady rise in the number of deaths up to here. Now that rise took place over about 3 weeks, almost exactly 3 weeks. That's the 3 weeks here. The second phase is this phase where it plateaus and the rates are going up and down per day. And that lasts for about 10 days. And then the third phase is where the death rates start to fall to almost zero. And that took about 3 weeks to happen, bringing us up to nearly the present day here, where they've got almost no deaths per day at the moment. So that is factual data from China, as far as we know it from this website. Now what I want to do is look at 3 other countries and then my own country, the UK. Now these 3 countries are the next highest death rates. Now the worst country, as we know, is Italy, and what we're seeing with Italy is that it's following this same pattern as far as the data goes. There's a 3-week period to get to peak death rate, and then it starts to plateau and go up and down. And clearly this period here isn't 10 days yet, so we don't know where it's going from here, but the beginning of the graph has exactly followed China's pattern. Now Spain is also having hit hard by the virus, and here's the graph for Spain. Now they haven't had it so long, and they haven't even had 3 weeks yet. So this graph is still following the same trend, but this time period here is about 2 weeks. And so they haven't probably hit peak death rate if they follow the same pattern as China and Italy. Now, the next highest country is Iran, and Iran have had the virus longer, and again you're seeing very much similar pattern. The death rate rises steadily over 3 weeks, then it starts to plateau, and here it's even showing maybe signs of slightly reducing. So again, it's very much following this pattern that China's had in the past. And finally, this is the UK. Now, here we can see, again, we haven't really had the virus that long. We're still in the 3 week period. We're probably only 2 weeks into it. So maybe we might see the death rate rising for another week, and then it will start to plateau. Now, just to give you some idea here, this is 75 deaths per day here, so it's peaking somewhere around there. If you look at a country like Italy, they're peaking at over 800 deaths a day. So there's quite a large difference in the peak rates that we're seeing in the countries. Now, based on these figures, I want to sort of make a simple prediction. And I would say that I believe in this country and many countries the government's doing exactly the right thing, and that we should follow these restrictions in our movement. Clearly none of us know what will happen, but we do have historic data from China and in the other countries. And all the graphs seem to be following China so far as we've got data so far. Now, if all countries follow a similar pattern to China, we can use a simple logic. We can say that if we take the same precautions as China, we could expect similar results to them. And if that's the case, we can expect that in a matter of weeks, the virus can be stabilised, and then cases can start to be brought down per day. And then we hope to see this 3 week period where they're reduced almost to zero. So that's a very simple prediction based on the data that we have so far. And it seems to me that's the best possible guide for the future, is what's happened in the near past with China. Now, we can do another simple comparison. We can look at the peak death rates on these graphs and then compare them again to China to get total deaths from the virus. Now, based on China having about 3,000 total deaths at the moment, Italy and Spain have much higher death rates, so they may see a total death rate after they've controlled the virus of about 15,000 people. And Iran and UK are looking like they've got much lower death rates, peak death rates, so they may see something similar to China, about 4,000 total deaths once we've controlled the virus. And I stress again, this is purely based on if we follow the pattern of China. Now, there is a question, obviously, if we lift the restrictions, what will happen? And we don't know what will happen then. But what we do know is the restrictions seem to work as far as the data goes so far. So if we lifted restrictions and we started to get a problem again, we could place the restrictions back on for a few weeks to bring the virus back into control. And in this way, we smooth that curve out and make it manageable for our health systems. So what I want to do is to encourage you to go on Worldometer. On the home page, as you scroll down, you'll see a table with all the stats for all the countries. And then if you click on each country there, you'll get the specific data for that country, which is where I got all these graphs from. So I encourage you to go on there so you can find out the facts rather than worrying about what are the worst case scenarios or an unknown scenario. We do have a guide, and it's China, and China has brought it into control.
So Marcus has taken an objective approach to the facts, but now we're going to look at a more spiritual approach.
So our experience leads us to believe all of the following, and we're talking about our spiritual work and our spiritual beliefs and the experiences we've had. We believe that everyone is God.
As God, we create everything and we are everything.
As such, we create Covid-19 and we are Covid-19.
All disease is created by us through our unawareness of our inability to address fully emotional and mental issues within us.
Unaddressed, these emotional and mental issues within us will eventually lead to disease if we do not deal with them properly.
All diseases have a purpose. It is trying to show us the truth of what we are not seeing so that we can heal and step into our power.
If we are 100% honest with ourselves about all the feelings and beliefs and thoughts we have, we will be 100% free from all disease for all our life.
In this sense, all disease and Covid-19 is our friend, trying to guide us to our healing.
Although we find disease and death frightening at times, it is nothing that we should fear.
As long as we regard disease as an enemy, we must fight. The disease will persist. Our science will never eliminate disease in this way. New viruses will present to us if we keep fighting these viruses.
Covid-19 has put the planet into lockdown because it is asking all of us to stop being distracted by life, look into ourselves, see what is troubling us, and heal this.
If we can make friends with the virus and understand what it is trying to tell us about ourselves, we will then eliminate it from our reality.
So we want to go now into the channeling phase of the video. Rosie's going to channel. Now, we know from quantum mechanics that an atom, every atom, is aware of everything in the universe. And we believe that everything has full consciousness. Quantum mechanics seems to show us this. We believe Covid-19 has full consciousness. We believe that you can communicate with this consciousness. And this is exactly what we're going to do now, because Rosie's going to channel the consciousness of Covid-19 so it can speak to us directly and tell us why we're having it and what we can do about it. So, are you ready to go in, Rosie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Welcome.
Welcome. Who is this?
Welcome, beloved ones. I am God. I am you. I am all of you. I am also the consciousness that you fear, all illness resides in this one consciousness, the fear of separation. I am part of that. The residue of Covid-19 is where you have asked this consciousness to present. I am here to answer your questions.
So I think maybe the first question people might like to ask is, why has the Covid-19 virus come about?
The Covid-19 virus is a virus that will live inside of your lungs, will attack your lungs, will make you feel breathless, suffocation. Breathe, consciousness, breathe. The fact that it is here, that I am here, is your separation from your breath, from your own life source energy, your own energy of being God, being the creator. If you are feeling separate from it, it is because you have separated from yourself. That is why I'm here. I will show up in many ways, many ways, to show you you're separate, you're alone. When you connect with your loneliness, with your despair, with your fear, your absolute terror, then, and hold it, and nurture it, nurture it. When you connect with it, then I will disappear forever, because you can create this and you can disappear from it as well. Do you have any other questions?
So on a practical level, what do you suggest people do about the virus?
You have to follow what your government, you are the government. Remember, there is no separation from your reality and yourself. You are the government. You are the people. You must follow the instructions that they have set you. In that, you will connect with yourself. When you stop going out, the reason why this has spread far and wide across your globe is because you travel. You travel out of escapism. Escapism will not serve you. It will trap you. What has happened now? You are all trapped. You are told to stay up inside your home, lock up inside your home. You will keep listening and you will keep following what is happening. Going out is what causes this, because you are escaping. It's okay to have an escapism, but over time the energy builds, and this is what happens. What happens is that you have to close down. You face your fears, you face your children, you face your partner. And if you're alone, you face yourself. No one is a victim in this. You are all powerful. You are all beyond creatable, beyond anything you can possibly imagine. The most powerful source of energy will fire you up. Even the most weak and vulnerable that you look at physically have the immense power of God. Remember this, please. If you pity them, you will create more and more and more and more. And you will escape more and more and more. And then you will continue this energy stream. Find it in yourselves to connect with the truth. The mirror is you. This mirror of COVID-19 is showing you what is in you. It's showing you what you have escaped from all of your lives, what you teach your children to do. You are now teaching them to stay at home with you, with your creation, your child, your children. This is a false message because your humans will listen through pain. Pain is the only thing that you listen to. Do you have any other questions?
So it seems like you're bringing through quite a stern message for us today. And if I can summarise this, it seems like you're saying this thing that we must take this time where we are isolated in our homes to look at ourselves, to see what isn't resolved within us and seek to heal that. Is that the core message you're trying to share here as a simple summary?
Yes. Listen to yourselves. Listen to what you have created. The scientists will never, ever, ever reach their field of knowledge until they step into their quantum field. They need to step into the virus to work out the virus. Every cancer is the same. Every heart disease is the same. There is already a quantum field that has discovered how to heal every single disease in the universe that you are creating. Just remember, you need to step into it, into the pain of what it is causing you, instead of looking outside of it. Only once you have the bravery to step into the actual quantum field, the atomic level particle of that pain at the minute particle, the tiniest part of the pain that may seem insignificant, that is when you heal, because you're not shining away, you're not sweeping it under the carpet. Every small thing matters. That is our message of all disease.
Okay, is there anything you'd like to say before we finish the channel?
We appreciate that you may find this harsh, and it is harsh because of the pain. The pain sounds and feels harsh when you live it. We are a message of love. Love is pain. Love, true love, will show you, because it will not give up until you look at it. True love does not lie. True love does not tell you what you want to hear. True love will tell you the truth and will look you in the eye and will show you exactly where you need to go. And this is what the message is. Look at that tiny particle of pain, the insignificant pain that you shy away from, that you have nothing more than to face right now. God bless your souls. You are all God. You are all powerful beings of light. And we honor every single billion of you. Namaste.
Namaste, thank you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope people didn't find that too stern. That was actually quite a stern message that came through there. We never know exactly what's going to come through. And usually, to be honest, Rosie and I have channeled a lot. Usually things are more gentle than that. But today, quite a stern message has come across. We hope that you are not hurt or distressed by this message, but we're trying to present a different perspective and answer the question from a spiritual point of view of why we have this virus and what we do about it, and indeed what we do about all disease. And it's very much about looking into ourselves and taking responsibility for everything we think and feel and working through that so we heal and find our power. So I'd just like to finish with a quick summary. Rosie and I will just try and summarise what we want to do today. So first of all, I'm inviting people to go on Worldometer and watch the facts as they unfold, the statistics, so that instead of worrying, you can actually see the scale of the problem and how it's progressing, and so that you know the true picture and the historic data of China, which is our best guide at the moment to what will happen in other countries. Simple logic says that if we take similar precautions to China, we can bring down the death rate in a matter of weeks and actually get completely on top of the virus.
So a message from me personally, not in channeling mode, is really try not to separate from the virus. Covid-19 is your friend, and to show you the deeper truth of yourself. And I, again, like Marcus said, apologies if that message came through quite harsh. It wasn't me. I opened myself up to energies that step into me, and that was the consciousness that I believe and Marcus believes of the virus trying to give a message to everybody.
So we hope this video has helped you. We hope it will soothe your fears and help you put them in some sort of perspective against the data we've got. And we hope we've presented a spiritual viewpoint of the disease that might help you see a purpose in all of this. Please do share this video with people if you find it helpful. We wish you the best and good health. Love and light to you. Namaste.
Namaste.